I'm so nervous.
I don't know why you're nervous. It's just a camera and it's just a microphone, and well, I'm your dad. Okay, so we are going to start a new series here. It's going to show up on my YouTube channel, not the podcast YouTube channel. And to kind of give you an idea of what it's going to be, is this morning Jordan started her journey into becoming a real estate agent.
Yay.
Yeah, yay. And is going to kind of document what it's like through the whole process, and how, she does the things she learns, what she doesn't learn. We're going to talk once a week about this. We're going to do like a little 10-minute segment on this every week, and put it up so that, anybody that's interested in becoming a realtor can kind of follow the journey of a new realtor coming into the business. Now, let's start with how the process was in joining Fleming. Was it easy?
Easy. It was so easy. Well, I
Okay.
applied Friday?
Thursday.
Thursday.
Yeah.
And by Thursday night, I had already been accepted. And then Thursday night, I got an email saying I needed to wait 24 hours. And then once those 24 hours were up, I was able to start right away.
So after the weekend, we came into the office this morning, and Jordan's in here now, just waiting to get connected with
Yeah.
with a professor who will be taking care of her courses. So she sent out this message on Friday night or Thursday night about how excited she was, and then I go into I go to bed last night. And I say, "Hey, Jordan, don't stay up too late." And I asked her this morning, "Hey, Jordan, how late did you stay up? Because you've got to come to the office tomorrow and start working on your programs." And she said, "Well, I saw my boyfriend off at 3 something in the morning so that
Yeah,
he could go to work."
3:45.
3:45 when she went to bed. So when I got up to come to work today, I stuck my head in her door and said, "Hey, how's the first day coming along?"
And we were here almost the same time.
We weren't here at
Yes,
almost the
we were.
same
I was
time.
almost behind you. I got
She
the Life 360
was
notification when your drive ended.
Yeah. So she came into the office today. Now she's kind of hurry up and wait. So we thought we'd take a few minutes just to talk about this and see. So what are you were so excited Thursday night.
Mhm.
Why were you excited Thursday night?
'Cause I feel like it's taken me a really long time to get somewhere that's relatively easy to get to after doing it too. Like, I had gotten my diploma, and looking back at it in high school, I should have just not done school and waited to do school after getting my license when the knowledge is gonna be way more useful for me instead of just getting a degree to get a degree and not actually obtaining the information. So I was more excited just to get it started because now I actually see an end in sight, and before I didn't.
So you see an end in sight, and you haven't even started yet. That's kind of funny, actually.
Well, now I have a timeline, and I like everything I've planned for it, like, kind of starts here rather than with school. It's like, okay, well, I can do a co-op, but my co-op's not going to be anything to do with real estate. So I have to find something different. And well, I might drop my co-op. And it was just like a lot of back and forth between school.
A lot of
And
uncertainty.
yeah.
Okay.
And now I can like have a plan. I have my days off of work at garage, and it's a lot easier and it's more smooth for me to like live regimented every day, which is what
Which
I need.
which definitely is what you
Yeah.
need. It's funny because we've been talking about this for so long. I mean, I've told the staff and, everybody that, you're gonna get into the business, and realistically, I personally thought it was gonna be, after you finished your degree,
More down the
at
line.
Niagara College, and I don't, disagree that reversing it is a bad idea. I just think that it's whatever the path that you've
Mhm.
chosen. So, have you set a goal when you wanna be done by?
Yes, I if I am still doing it by the summer, I'm doing something wrong.
So you
I
think that you're gonna get done
in a year,
within the year?
within the year.
Okay, alright, that's a good goal to
I
have. I think
feel
it's
like
realistic.
I can do it quicker after seeing, like, how like, after looking at the layout of my courses today and seeing how much time it takes, like, I can probably do it sooner, but I don't wanna set the goal that's not realistic because, like, if I finish it sooner, I'll be happier rather than not being on time.
So, you're young.
Yeah, I know.
Like, you're really young to be starting this, and, I mean, we've talked to a couple of other people who, especially in the company, who have children that are now looking to get into the business.
Mhm,
Take me out of the equation.
mhm.
What kind of goals are you setting for yourself once you get through this? Like, you get your real estate license, what do you hope to do right away?
Well, I don't think I'm gonna jump into it right away, like, once I get my license, it's not like I'm just gonna boom sell a house.
Obviously.
So, it's kinda more so, like, figuring out how I'm gonna market myself, what people I'm gonna bring in to be my target audience, and, like, kinda setting myself up to sell a house, but it's also gonna be harder for me, and I have to figure out how I'm gonna do that because I don't think it's gonna be easy for me to have a lot of people believe that a 20-year-old can sell their house.
Well, hopefully you'll be 21 by the time you start.
In a
And it
year, I won't
is
be 21.
what's that?
In a year, I won't be
No,
21.
you will be next August. You'll be 20 this August and then 21 next
Yeah,
August.
I'll be freshly 21,
Freshly
like, maybe a
21.
couple days when I have my license.
Right, but you're also going to be in a position where one of the things that, I think people underestimate is the the people your age don't typically buy houses. So
No.
you actually not only have the youth of yourself
Mhm.
and your experience in the business, but you're going to have the challenge of trying to convince people that are older than you to
Yeah.
trust you through the
Well,
process.
I think people my age it's gonna be easier to sell to. Like, at
Yes.
work, like, because I work in a retail store and we make no money, they don't understand that, like, if you were to be with someone that it's relatively easy to buy a house if you're just, like, stick to it and, like, are determined to do it.
Yep.
So I think I have the upper hand of, like, being able to teach people how easy it is, like, through my connections because no one knows it like I do because they haven't grown up with it. Like, Owen, for example, his mom
Yep.
always comes over and is like, "Thank you so much for teaching Owen all this
Sure.
stuff." So I think that
Yeah,
will
I'll
be
have sold them a
easier.
house long before you get to their kid.
Mark it out. Owen is not moving out until he's 30. That kid never wants to
Oh,
leave home.
no, that kid's gotta live in the life of Riley, that's for sure.
I'm not moving out either, so
Yes, you are. You can't, realtors need to own houses. It's kinda hard to say,
practice
"Hey,
what you
come
preach.
come buy a house," but,
But I
I'm
don't
gonna
have
stay
those
home. I'm gonna
plans.
stay home with mom and dad. No, and that's great, and it's gonna be interesting to watch because I walked into it completely green. I had no idea what I was doing. Here I am 19 years later, 18, whatever it is, I've lost track. Um, and I fully don't, I look back and think, how the hell did I get through it? I was extremely fortunate for Mr. Schneider, for Pat, all those years because he was such an important part of it, for me, and developing my, knowledge and history. And I think, well, the thing that I learned a lot from was history that I wouldn't necessarily have got elsewhere. And I was then mentored by Peggy Rose, who did, in my mind, a great job teaching me how to operate in the business. And then I had to find my own way.
Mhm.
So you are going to have this luxury of, a mom and dad who are both in the business, which
Yeah.
will, I'm sure, help you to a certain extent. But then you're going to have to start to figure out how you're going to carve your way as you get a little bit older and doing those things. I mean, ultimately, I think that there'll be, opportunities that some people may not necessarily get, but when you connect with some of those other people that we're talking about coming into the business
Yeah.
and you create that little group of yourselves, I think it's going to be fantastic for you. So this is step one. This is the hardest step is, it's like they say when you're working out, getting up and putting the shoes on in the morning
I just think it's
is
the
the
most
hardest part.
dreadful part because it's all online.
Yes. So once you start to get into the courses and start taking some of the courses, you'll find your motivation, you'll
Yeah,
find your direction. I mean, hey, you may get into this and say, you know what, I don't even want to sell real estate. I want to do something else. I don't think that's going to be the
me
case,
either.
but I do think that your path now is starting to take a direction that you have taken a little bit more
Yeah,
control of it, kind of like your sister's doing with her life.
yeah.
All the pieces are falling into place, and I think it's going to be great for you. I just think that it's one of those things that, let's take the baby steps. Let's track this journey and see how you're
Mhm.
doing. We'll come in here on Monday mornings and ask questions
It'll
and
have to be
see how your
Thursdays.
schooling's going and hold you a little bit accountable.
Thursday mornings.
Thursday mornings. Okay, Thursday mornings. It's Monday. You're here. I
This
know.
is just a lucky
This is
day.
a
This is a
fluky.
lucky Monday I have off. Monday's usually laundry day.
And usually Monday is my busiest day, so I don't like doing these things on Mondays. So I think for you, I think it's a great opportunity. I think that, you've got connections that a lot of people starting this
Yeah.
business don't have at your age. I mean, you've grown up your entire life with me being in this
Yeah.
business, so it's you know, a little bit different than a lot of people have. But we'll track this. We'll post this every Thursday, Friday, whenever I get to
Yeah.
editing it, and then we can just follow the journey and we can keep
Yeah.
it, and you can use this stuff later on, and we'll go from there.
And it's
So,
also something to look back at.
oh yeah, it'll be cute
I
to
love it.
go back at. Greg and I actually go back with the podcast now every once in a while, go right back to the beginning
Yeah.
and say, "Oh man, how bad were we?" This will be kind of that thing where you get to start asking the questions. And then I'm going to connect you with a couple of people who have just recently taken the courses that when they're finished, it'll be great for you to talk
Yeah.
to them as well. So,
Especially
all
'cause,
right.
like, I always wonder if people actually, like, are skipping through the course and just, like, trying to wing it, like, really quick, or if they're actually doing it.
I don't think this is one of those things that you can skip through and just wing it.
No?
No, I think this is one
Not
of
that I'm
those.
gonna do that, but people at my work do
No,
that
you're
with
not
our
going to do that.
training. People do that work with our training, it really frustrates me.
Yeah, but
So
this isn't the same. So
no?
you're the accountability at with the exams to pass.
Yeah.
You have to pass that course to go to the next one. It's
Yeah.
not like where you can just, you
Yeah, and
know,
it's like 1 and 2, and then exam 1, 2, 3 exam.
yeah,
It's like
one
frequently
exam, two
exams.
exam, three
Yeah.
exam, right? So you'll be fine. It'll be interesting to watch, but let's leave it there and we'll check back in next week after you've had 10 days of starting this
Oh
nonsense.
my
All
god.
right. So good luck.